We welcome you back to the State Farm Center, Champaign, Illinois. Your outstanding host to the 2013 Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships. This is Session 2 with your host, Illinois, Iowa, Maryland, Minnesota, Ohio State, and your regular season champion, Michigan Wolverines. Hello again, everybody. Dean Linke, delighted to be with you for Session 2, otherwise known as the evening session. Usually it's a lock if you get in the evening session to win a Big Ten title. But in that earlier session, Nebraska hung up a pretty big number, 196.95. They'll be sitting in the stands to see if that will hold as you look at the 6 teams. They were led by Megan Schweihofer, an all-around career high of 39.525, including tying her career high on the floor and also a season high on the bars with a 9.9, much to the delight of Dan Kegdig, the Nebraska head coach. Your individual leaders so far, 4 Cornhuskers and a Nittany Lion. So pleased to welcome in my broadcast partner, 4-time All-American from right here in Illinois, Alina Weinstein. Alina, it's been an amazing day. Nebraska with the big number, but Michigan always wins championships.
Nebraska had a huge meet this morning, but if any team can come and challenge them, I think it's Michigan. They have won the Big Ten championships for the last 4 years in a row. They won their Big 5 championship last weekend, so I think they're going to be putting up some big scores to challenge this team today.
Speaking of big, they got a big three all-around superstars.
Definitely. We have Paige Ziziski. She is a regular season All-American last year, 2-time All-Big Ten, and she's leading the way with her senior counterpart, Brianna Brown, who's a 3-time All-American, including 3-time All-Big Ten selection. And in 2016, she was the Big Ten bar champion. We also have Lexi Funk, who as a freshman is peaking at the right time. She had a huge Big 5 meet, winning her first 2 career titles last weekend.
Talking about peaking at the right time, Illinois right now.
Illinois last weekend had a phenomenal performance. They're led by Ray Balthazar, who, again, last weekend had her career high performance in the all-around. So if she's going to challenge any of these all-around scores, I better believe she's going to see some big performances today.
Okay, Minnesota, they just reload freshman phenom Lexi Ramler.
Minnesota last weekend, don't count them out. They had some uncharacteristic mistakes last weekend, but they're ranked 3rd in the Big Ten, and Lexi Ramler is ranked 1 in the all-around. So she's going to lead the way for the Gophers tonight.
Let's take a look at our Dr. Pepper regular season standings. Michigan at 1, Illinois at 2. So pleased to be joined by 28-year head coach, 22 Big Ten titles, talking about Bev Plotke. Bev, great to be with you. You saw the number for Nebraska. Do you talk about it at all with your team?
Not really. I mean, there's no defensive strategy in gymnastics, so we just have to come into the arena and be ready to do our gymnastics the way we know how to do it.
You've won the Big Ten championships the last 4 times in a row. Do you have a sense of confidence coming into this meet, knowing that you can take the crown?
I think that our athletes are confident in general about their performance, and they're prepared, they're ready to go, and we're just looking forward to the competition.
Good luck as you search for number 23, Bev. Thanks for being with us.
All right, thank you.
Bev Plotke, the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. As we said it earlier, all she does is win championships. Okay, let's get you set for the first rotation. Bev Plotke's Wolverines and the Ohio State Buckeyes are on the bye. So Alina will have Maryland on the bars, as the Terps making their first evening session since moving over to the Big Ten, rather. Illinois on the floor. Iowa will be on the beam, and Minnesota will be on the ball. How about Bev Plotke? Calm, cool, and collected always.
Always. She has this air of confidence, and she definitely should feel that way, having four championships in a row. So coming into this meet, she definitely feels good about it. They know how to compete at the Big Ten championships.
Certainly exciting for Illinois to be on their home turf. Not in Huff Hall, though, under the bright lights of State Farm Center. And you see that stage as well. And there it is right there. We're going to keep an eye on Dan Kegdig. He deserves that snack for sure. And the rest of the Cornhusker coaching staff. And expect to see the gymnast. So here we go. On the floor, it's Kylie Noonan for the Illini. Alongside Alina Weinstein, Dean Linke, we're going to have some fun tonight.
We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Starting off on floor, my favorite event here. Kylie Noonan is just such a breath of fresh air. She's so amazing to watch. She's phenomenal in this leadoff position. Really setting the tone for the entire lineup here. Artistry and how she reels everybody into her floor routine. She's a fantastic performer.
Just another freshman making a name for herself in the Big Ten this year. Career high on the floor of a 9.85.
1.5 punch front layout. She is always just so precise with her landings. She's just super clean. This is exactly the kind of routine that you want in your first position here, setting the tone and the pace for the rest of her teammates to follow. Awesome start for the Illini.
First up for the Golden Gophers on the vault, Tristan Qualia will get the Golden Gophers started.
Starting off super strong with a really high Yarchenko full. Notice the height that she got on that table. That's what the judges are looking for today. We saw some of these vaults that were being stuck. They weren't getting as high of a score as some of these larger dynamic vaults. So we know that they're focusing on amplitude today.
Nice crowd here to witness the 2018 Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships, including the home team, Illinois. Second up for the Illini, Nicole Biondi.
Biondi has just been such a freshman phenom this year. She's been incredible to watch. Such a strong all-arounder for Illinois. Heading into her first pass, round out back handspring double pike. Really nice landing there. Wasn't quite sure actually where the ground was a little stiff-legged. But I don't think it's going to be too much of a deduction here.
Natalie Walsh saying she's got a little milkshake out there having some fun.
Gearing up for her second pass here, round up back handspring double tuck. Landing was definitely a lot more in control on that one. And showing off her 180-degree split.
Her work rate phenomenal, coming off an Achilles tear her senior year, all the way back to make a huge impact for Natalie Walsh, standing there in the salmon breast.
Wow, nice pass. Nice routine for Nicole. She's always so much fun to watch. Great job for Nicole.
Back to Minnesota as you see Sierra Gardner, a 9.5 following Qualia's 9.7.
Yarchenko full just buckled on that landing. Couldn't quite figure out where the ground was. Just couldn't hang on to it. It's always impressive watching these athletes adjust to the podium floor. This is probably one of the only times that they've competed on podium this season. And it definitely changes your timing. It definitely changes your landings. You have to figure out where that is a little bit differently than at home on the regular floor.
Here's the spark plug, 4'10", Haley Rowe, the junior from Mesquite, Texas.
Natalie says she's just been such a leader for this team in and out of the gym.
Yeah, always happy and happy, right?
Definitely shined in her performances this year. You can tell how happy she is competing on the floor. They just look like they're having so much fun out there.
So great to start with the Illini on the floor here in Champaign.
Really nice second pass. Super controlled on that landing. Nice work on those jumps. They're really making sure that they're taking care of business here, not giving any kind of deductions away to the judges.
Got a career high of 9-9.
Let's see if she can do it again tonight. And just heading into her last pass. Let's see if she can finish this up. Wow, nice work from Haley. Really building on the momentum that these first two have started for her. Great routine. Wow, that's definitely something to be proud of.
First-year head coach Natalie Walsh. All right, Maryland, first time making the evening session since entering the Big Ten, and Emily LeBlanc. A nice start for Brett Nelligan and the Terps.
Can't say enough how impressed I am with this Maryland bar lineup. All season long, we've seen them develop and really maintain a lot of the difficulty that they started with this season. They're just focusing on execution now, making sure they're hitting handstands all the way in 90 degrees, just like that. And all of these beautiful dismounts that they have, I love that they're sticking them all. That's such a great first routine to get under their belts and set the pace for the meet.
And then Hannah Hitchcock, also with a 9.775. Brett Nelligan.
Here she goes, round up. Yurchenko full, really nice distance and height off the table.
Go back to Illinois, Bridget Hodan on the floor.
Bridget has been a really consistent and reliable performer for the Illini, especially on this event. She does a lot of front twisting. Oops, just went out of bounds there. So she's going to get a 10th off of her overall start value.
See Haley Rowe with that 9.875.
Disappointing mistake. They could have built up a lot of momentum here. So let's hope she takes care of business here, make sure she minimizes all of these deductions. This can still be a good score, even though we took that 10th off. Beautiful illusion work there. She's just so much fun to watch because she has beautiful long lines and really nice flexibility. Here she goes, just her last pass. Run from Rudy. Beautiful routine. Great job for Bridget.
Twelfth in the nation all around and first in the conference on the vault. Lexi Ramler with a 9.8.
Full. I love the block that she got off that table. She was just so nice and straight in the air. Really just took a small hop on that. But overall, I thought that was a really, really beautiful vault. Here's another look. You can just tell. Notice the height that she gets off of the table. She has a super straight body in the air. Doesn't have to pike down. She just took not even the smallest hop there. I thought that was a fantastic Yurchenko.
Last up on the bars for Maryland, Alicia Farina.
Wow, good start here. You can tell she's focused on hitting these handstands. And just the dismount here, last handstand, a little short. She's gearing up for a big double A. Nice! We've seen her stick that landing so many times this season, and I love that she's doing it when it counts.
There's Brett Nelligan with the big hug, and Ray Balthazar, fantastic in East Lansing last week at Jenison, taking the all-around. And a big reason why Illinois finished first in East Lansing.
Boy, she was just so much fun to watch. And really peaking at the right time. She had such an incredible all-around performance. Consistency throughout the postseason is really going to be key here for her to get some national recognition.
I do feel like she's going to remind a whole lot of people of Alina Weinstein, who was a true performer on the floor. She brings that same sort of fire.
Thanks, Dean.
Showtime.
Here she goes. All right, we're going to see some big tumbling out of her. Starting off with her first pass here. Back handspring, double back. Wow, nice. I love it when they land with their chest up. You could literally walk underneath her as she's doing that double back. Nice jumps here.
Yeah, you make that first pass perfect like that, you're fired up for number 2 and 3, right?
Exactly. You're putting an exclamation point right at the beginning of your routine. Series here. They're huge and dynamic, just like her tumbling.
Career high of 9.925 set last week, right in front of us in East Lansing.
She goes 1.5 punch front layout, nice and controlled landing here. I honestly don't see really any deductions. Wow, yeah, that was a good routine. Here's another look at that last pass. Round up, 1.5 twist, front layout. Beautiful, clean, straight legs, controlled landing. That's what the judges are looking for.
Paige Williams in the anchor spot for Coach Hansen and the Gophers, a 9.85 on this vault.
Huge Yurchenko full. Just couldn't quite see the landing there. Had to pike down just ever so slightly and took that small hop back. But the dynamic vaults that we're seeing from Minnesota, that's why we're seeing these big scores.
Shannon Hansen, head coach Minnesota, coming into your screen. Feel like the arena is still kind of with chills after that performance from Balthazar. What does that mean if they're taking that much time to count the score? I'll let you answer that after we introduce Nicole Chow, last to go for the Iowa Hawkeyes on the beam.
Here she goes back, handspring layout, beautiful, super solid here. Nicole Chow is a really, really good beam worker. I love the confidence that she's bringing to the table right now. Beautiful side aerial. Looked like she was going to go into that connection, but changed her mind, improvised a little bit. So I think we'll see a connection somewhere else in her routine here. make up for that requirement. Beautiful dismount, really nice stick. I love how floaty that gainer was. Really, really awesome routine for the Hawkeyes.
10th in the conference on the beam, Nicole Chow.
Wow, what a routine. That was really exciting.
We'll come back to wrap up the first rotation here in Champaign. The Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships on BTN are brought to you by State Farm, here to help life go right, and by Dr. Pepper, the one fans crave. A lot of fans here at the State Farm Center watching the 2018 Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships. Michigan and Ohio State on the bye, and the home team, Illinois, with a 49-3-7-5. Welcome back, everybody, as we're so pleased to be joined now by the head coach of Minnesota, Jenny Hansen. And Jenny, we came on the air talking about Lexi Ramler, just another fantastic freshman in your program.
Yeah, she had a great start tonight, but she's been great for us all season long.
Awesome. And you guys just had a first big event. You guys are heading into a bye. What kind of coaching are you giving them to go into the rest of the meet?
We had a good, solid start, not quite as many sticks as we had hoped, but we're going into one of our best events. So we're just going to do what we do, and hopefully it shows tonight.
You called your team a family. Speaking of family, you got two young ones at home, including a 20-month-old young boy. It must be fantastic for them.
I hope so. I hope they're watching right now. I know there's a lot of good sports on TV, so I hope they're watching Mom's team right now.
They better be. Thanks for being with us, Jenny.
Thank you.
All right, Jenny Hansen, the fine head coach of the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Let's take a look at the results. Ray Balthazar and Karen Howell, a couple 9-9s.
Wow, that floor rotation was fantastic. That's exactly how you want to start off a meet, feeling really good and confident. Really no mistakes there.
Maryland on the bars.
Super solid on their bar rotation, but definitely expected that out of them. They've been super strong on bars all season long.
The Golden Gophers, a 9.85 from Paige Williams on the vault.
We just heard from Coach Hansen. Not as many sticks as we would have liked to see from this lineup, but definitely a solid start here. I think that they can continue to improve on these scores the rest of this meet all night long.
Nicole Chow, 10th in the conference on the beam, and she was fired up for that 9.85. Perhaps maybe even could have been better than that 9.85. It was a pretty good routine.
That was a really good routine. Awesome start for Iowa. I think it's going to be a really close competition. Everybody looks like they are on fire today. That's what it's all about.
Nebraska up watching. It's worth mentioning through their first rotation, they were at 49-2. So looking at that, Illinois actually would be ahead if they were all together with that 49-3-7-5. The Penn State Nittany Lions able to come back and finish in second in the early session. And there is the Michigan Wolverines as Bev Plocky is looking for her 23rd Big Ten title, which would tie a Big Ten record for all sports.
And it would be her 5th year in a row winning the Big Ten championships if she won it tonight.
And it's worth talking about the fact our State Farm State of Success, Bev Plocky, 28 amazing years as the head coach, 23 Big Ten championships overall for the program. She has 22 of them, Alina, 91 individual Big Ten champions. And knowing that we saw Nebraska, as you look at our State Farm State of Success, it's worth reminding people that in 2014 at Penn State, they had the top score in the early session, and they won the championship.
They sure did. It was an impressive showing. They took care of business in the morning session, sat up in the stands just like Nebraska's doing tonight, and they won the whole thing. So anything can happen tonight. Can't rule any kind of situation out.
Including Illinois, who There were seriously chills after that performance from Ray Balthazar. And a 49.375 on the floor.
And they look like they are bringing the energy. We're just watching them warm up on vaults. They're still bringing that momentum that they had on floor. It's really awesome to see.
So we're going to stay on the bars with Sydney Townsend. She'll lead off. Illinois on the vault here, second rotation. Maryland on the beam. Ohio State, the Buckeyes out there as well on the floor. As you know, Minnesota in the bye. The Iowa Hawkeyes.
And Sydney Townsend, Canadian national team member, has been a rock for them all season long. She has a very stoic presence about her. And here she goes, starting off her routine. Beautiful handstand right off the bat. Beautiful release move into a shoot over handstand. Now she's going to look to hit this last handstand before she heads into the dismount. Full pirouette, double tuck. See if she can get that stick. And she does. Awesome work. Wow, okay. Getting excited. I love that.
Kristen Peterman lead off on the beam for Maryland, and all-arounder.
And Maryland has been really beautiful on balance beam this season as well. I hope that they bring the momentum that they just had on the bar rotation, bring it over beam, starting off super strong with that side summy. And Kristen has been fantastic in the leadoff position. Here she goes for her back handspring layout, step out, amazing. She's not giving any tense away here. Taking control over all of these landings. Ooh, having a little trouble on her leap series. She fights and she stays on. And just the finish here on that dismount. She's gonna do a round off, she did a double twist there. Didn't quite get enough power off of that beam to make that full twist all the way around.
Lexi Funk from the beginning on the unevens.
Lexi has been so impressive as a freshman this season. Slowly but surely just winning career titles right at the time that it counts. She just did a huge staccato there. Having a little bit of trouble on this routine. But recovering well, hitting that handstand, doing it for that double A. Nice work. Solid routine.
Haley Rowe, the leadoff for Illinois, who is leading through that first rotation. Keep in mind, Ohio State and Michigan on the bye.
Wow, nice Yurchenko full. She had such a nice block off of the table. Really flared out to see that landing. Just took the smallest hop back. But great start for the Illini. This is historically their weakest event here. They've really made some strong improvements here this season on this event.
Lauren Farley, third up for Michigan.
And starting with that low to high bar transition. Beautiful hit handstand at 90 degrees. Nice piked Jaeger. She's really focusing on making those handstands super intentional. And just that last handstand, gearing up into the dismount. She's going to do a double front dismount. Just had a little trouble on that landing too. Not quite the routine that we were looking for from Lauren. Just wasn't as polished as she normally is.
Yeah, you could sense the disappointment in the eyes of Miss Farley. Jordan Givens earlier on the vault for Illinois. This is a 9-7.
Wow, that's some nice height off the table. She just couldn't quite hang on to that landing, didn't really see where it was, and that's what caused her to take that huge hop back. But I like the distance. I like how dynamic she was on that vault. Setting her teammates up for success here.
Polina Shinikova.
And this is her event. She is a bar queen. She goes, starting off hitting that handstand. Nice release move from the low bar to the high bar to a pack salto. And just making sure she's gonna hit that handstand there. Nicely done. Do a nice double back. Took a small hop on that landing, but overall good routine. Definitely bringing them back on track here. You can tell that they're a little bit nervous. They're not as relaxed as they normally are. And here's another look at that full pirouette to a double back. It's definitely difficult for Michigan as a team to warm up and hurry up and then wait throughout this entire bye and then start their meet on bars.
Excellent point. A little bit of a forced icing there of Michigan with the bye. Nicole Biondi, another one of those great freshmen.
And Nicole Biondi does a Yurchenko half. Really nice vault. Really good block off that table. Just took a small hop forward, but I like that vault. I think she's going to get a pretty good score for that.
Paige Zaziski, the transfer. A phenomenal senior campaign for the Michigan Wolverines.
And the Wolverines are going to be sad to lose her this year. She's just been such a rock for them. This is such a good event for her. Beautiful Tkachev. She's hitting all of these handstands here. Really nice bar worker. Just makes everything look so easy here.
All-American on bars a year ago.
And here we go, double A. Nice work. Couldn't quite hang on to that stick. It wasn't as punctuated as it normally is, but I think that's going to be an overall good score.
Let's go back to Illinois on the vault.
The Illini are building up a lot of good momentum here, slowly inching their way up in the scores. Nice job for Bridget. Wow, that was a really nice vault.
Well, you saw the pattern, the scores increasing for the Illini, and just to set the record straight, as I did in the early session, Alina Weinstein was talking yesterday. She said, don't sleep on Illinois here at home, and here comes Ray Balthazar.
Wow, nice Yurchenko full, but just that, she just couldn't get that landing. She took a huge hop back, but overall, I really loved her position in the air. She has a really nice straight body, and it's huge. But that landing is they're going to get her on that landing.
Last to go for Michigan, celebrating her 22nd birthday today, Brianna Brown.
Wow, huge release move. I love that Tkachev. And remember, she won Big Tens on this event last year. She could do it again. Nice handstands. Just gearing up for the dismount here. Huge double A. Nice stick. Wow, I think we could see her as Big Ten bar champion again tonight.
That's better than a 9-9, right?
Wow,
for sure.
that was phenomenal. Here's another look at that dismount. Here she is. Huge double layout. Beautiful stick.
Last year, as you said, tied for first.
Wow. Looks like we got the same performance tonight.
This is 2 years ago, 2016 championships.
Looks almost identical.
It was a tougher year for Brianna Brown last year in 2016. She brought the house down, come all the way back. It's been an inspirational story for Bev Flocky and the Michigan Wolverines. In the anchor spot for Coach Natalie Walsh and the Illini, Casey Meeks with a 9.825.
Wow, and you can tell why she's the anchor. You just see the height that she gets off that table. Beautiful form, straight body throughout that entire twist. Just couldn't quite get that stick, but that was a great vault rotation for the Illini.
I like that final skip hop. Brianna Brown, by the way, a 9.95.
Wow.
For Michigan. They know the number they got to go get. Nebraska with a big score. Bev Flocky looking for her 23rd Big Ten championship. Just a machine in Ann Arbor.
Wow, that was a huge bar rotation. Really, really impressive. They came to play tonight.
You know it. The Ohio State Buckeyes. Stephanie Merkel out there for Ohio State. There's Brooke Chesney, Olivia Apley, Janelle McClellan, Jamie Stone, and now Merkel, followed by the all-arounder Alexis Mattern for Ohio State. Still waiting on Jamie Stone's score, thus the delay on the floor.
Stephanie Merkel was a Canadian national team member. Super solid for the Buckeyes her entire career. Starting off her routine nice and strong. They round out that handspring full in. One of the more difficult passes that we'll see from the athletes tonight. She's doing that extra full twist in that double back.
Well, Ohio State, led by their new coach, former Utah national champion Meredith Paulasiewicz. This is what she loves. She's a choreographer, so she gets involved in every routine.
Wow. Stunning second pass. And I love how she's getting everybody into her routine. Definitely seeing some beautiful artistry from these ladies.
The Buckeyes' strongest event all year, the floor.
Just heading into her last pass here.
Comes the Canadian.
She goes round and back handspring, double back. Nice controlled landing here. That's going to be the score. Nice work. Really nice routine from Stephanie.
Meredith Paulasiewicz loves the samba routine of Miss Merkel.
And here's another look at that last pass, finishing with a round off back handspring, double tuck. Beautiful controlled landing, not giving any, and look at that reaction from Meredith. She loves it.
You got it.
Keep talking about all of the freshmen making an impact, and really since day one we saw Audrey Barber early in the season against Iowa, and we were impressed.
She has been an impressive performer all season long. We've had some really good things to say about her. Just how explosive and unexpected she is. She has such a calm and poised demeanor, and then she does all of these big tricks. And she just, oh man, she just makes it look so easy. I love it. Nice leap series here. And that elusive full turn that everybody has to have in their routine because it's a requirement. And here we go, just the dismount, double twist, beautiful routine from Audrey.
So Alexis Mattern already threw one pass, the anchor, the all-arounder for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Saw Brianna Sang go out in fine fashion as a senior. Mattern would like to do the same, Alina.
She's just had such a great career at Ohio State. And now in the anchor position, floor is one of her best events. She's always so beautiful to watch. Wow. What a great performer. I love watching these athletes in their element, showing off their personalities in their floor routines. I love that everybody has something a little bit different that matches their character. Here she is gearing up for that last pass. Round off back handspring, double pike. Really beautiful routine. That was an amazing floor routine.
Let's take a look at the first pass here for Mattern.
Round up back handspring, huge double layout. Beautiful landing, wow. What a stunning floor routine from Alexis Mattern.
So the Buckeyes like what they see on the floor. The Illini are lurking. Your home coach, Natalie Walsh, joins us when we come back here in Champaign. Tonight, our experts guide you through the brackets and bring you post-game reaction. It's the Big Ten basketball and beyond tournament edition presented by the Principal Financial Group later tonight right here on BTN. Take a look at our team numbers through two rotations. Don't forget, we've got buys in the middle of all that mess. But the Illini here at home, red hot start, 98.275. And we're pleased to be joined by the new head coach of the Illini, Natalie Walsh. And Natalie, I got to tell you, Alina Weinstein said quietly not to count you guys out here today. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling really good. I'm really excited. The team is just really calm and confident, and it's awesome to be here in state playing.
You guys had a spectacular first two events. How are you going to finish up this meet?
They're going to be steady. I think you're going to see them come out and be pumped up and excited for each other. And then when it's time to do their job and their routine, they're going to do them perfectly. And it's going to be, that's it. That's what we came here to do. We didn't come here to pretend to do gymnastics. We came to do what we train every day.
So last week, Ray Balthazar, outstanding. Today, chills from that performance.
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad you guys can recognize it. She's just outstanding. And it's been such a great journey. So all the victories we've had on the team with her, it's just like, yeah, and I'm just super proud of her.
It's got to be nice to be in front of the home cooking here, too, is right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I wish that we could be in here every single time we compete, but we'll take it for today.
Great job in your first year at the Illini. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Natalie Walsh, always smiling, and the Illini flying high right now. Let's take a look at how their squad did on the vault. Haley Roll with a 9.775. And you see Biondi, big score from Casey Meeks in that anchor spot. She's a breath of fresh air right there, Natalie Walsh.
Oh, she's great. She's so much fun to watch out there, and same with the Illinois team. But look at Maryland. They had a couple of issues on this balance beam rotation. Finished up pretty strong with Shinell in that anchor position. We got a first look at Michigan on the uneven bars. They had a stellar bar rotation with that 49.4. They came to play tonight.
And it's worth keeping an eye on as the teams are warming up how Michigan compares to Nebraska through each equal event. And here's the deal. Through one event, Michigan, as you see Ohio State on the floor with that 9.9 9.825 from Mattern. Stephanie Merkel and McClellan 9.875. But with Nebraska in the stands, Alina, Michigan with a 49.4. Nebraska had a 49.2 as we continue to track what's going on as we crown a Big Ten champion.
It's going to be a tight meet. Everybody came to play today, and that's what makes this meet so exciting. I love good gymnastics, no matter what team it is. I just want to see some good routines today.
Okay, let's move to the third rotation and tell you what's going on here. Illinois in the buys. Dan Kendig still looking on, the head coach of the Cornhuskers.
He's not eating this time.
Yeah, we'll be following Coach Kendig for sure, and the Nebraska coaching staff. The Hawkeyes will be on the floor, led by Larissa Libby. Minnesota Golden Gophers will be on the bars. They finished with Ramler and Liu. Ohio State goes to the vault. And Michigan, they head over to the beam.
Another steady event. We need to see them hit these routines. We can't see any mistakes or any kind of nervousness breakthrough here.
They're going to lead off with Lexi Funk. It was Funk along with Ramler from Minnesota tying for the all-around title at the Big Five in Rutgers. Here goes Lexi Funk, sophomore, all Big Ten first team from Aurora, Illinois.
Starting off really strong with that back handspring layout step out. Definitely a boost of confidence to get that first skill out of the way.
The Wolverines, number 4 in the country on this event.
You can see she's getting a little nervous here, making some mistakes, making a few wobbles. Finished up really nice with that dismount, stuck the landing. Great start for the Wolverines, setting the tone for the rest of this beam rotation.
Stephanie Merkel up first for the Buckeyes on the vault.
First of all, Yurchenko full. Nice start for the Buckeyes. Definitely would have liked to see her stick that as she would. But huge height off that table. That's really going to set the pace for the rest of the lineup.
But back to the beam as Paige Ziziski is there. And with Brown behind her and she gets set, what is that like when you've got 3 all-arounders, all of them trying to get that team title, but also you know for a fact they wouldn't mind walking out of here with that Big Ten all-around title. Their teammates bring even better results out of them, right?
Well, it's definitely healthy competition because all 3 of these all-arounders are pushing each other to be better, and that ultimately makes the team better.
Funk in with a 9.85.
Paige starting off really solid here. She's gearing up for that back handspring layout step out. Nice work. She's not giving any kind of deductions away here.
Remember against Utah, we talked about her laser focus on the beam.
Always. We've seen a lot of that laser focus from her this season, and that just goes to show how developed she is and how mature she is as a competitor. She's a veteran on this team. She's had 4 years of competition. This isn't her first Big Ten championship. She has a lot of experience with the sights and the feelings, and there she is with that moonwalk.
That's her signature moon right there.
Nice routine. Wow. Beautiful routine. Honestly, I don't really know where we would have taken any deductions here. She's definitely going to challenge Grace Williams here for that beam score. Just another look at that dismount. Wow. And here's Rachel Rowland for the Gophers. Already starting off strong with Selena in a 9.825 in the leadoff position. This is a great event for the Gophers. Wow, huge Jaeger to start off that routine. Just finishing up here with that dismount. Nice hip handstand. Nice stalder work here. Just couldn't quite hang on to that landing. Kind of landed on straight knees there, which is a little scary.
Back over to the beam, and Michigan's Brianna Brown.
Another athlete I love watching. She is just so calm and poised on balance beam, but also super confident. She's really polished in all of her skills.
She's had 8 9.9s or better on the beam.
Wow. Beautiful front aerial to start.
9.85 for Paige Ziziski. I'm not sure about that one. Stumble.
Definitely uncharacteristic for Brianna. Nice side summy here. Recovering nicely from that mistake that she made in that series. And just the dismount left here for Brianna. Here she goes. Round up, double twist, stock landing. Great job fighting for every 10th in that routine. It definitely wasn't her best, but when push comes to shove, they're definitely going to need every 10th that they can get with how everybody's shown up to play here today.
Third to go for Ohio State on the vault. Morgan Lowe with this 9.825 performance.
Wow, nice Yurchenko full. Really nice height off the table. Just took a small hop there. I'd say that was a really awesome vault for the Buckeyes. You can see those Iowa fans decked out in bandanas.
Iowa on the floor this rotation as we go back to the beam and take a look at Elena Shenikova. We'll come back to Paulina. Let's go back to Jamie Stone with a 9.9 for Ohio State.
Here she goes. Huge Yurchenko half. Stuck it cold. Wow. That was amazing. Back to Paulina, showing off some of her beautiful flexibility. She's just so stunning to watch on balance beam. Everything that she does, even her toe point, is just so beautiful. really sets her apart from some of the other athletes. That handspring layout, having a little bit of trouble there, breaking that connection. She's going to have to make that up somewhere else in her routine. There she goes, front aerial, nice job. Nice feet jump to the sheep jump, taking her eyes off the balance beam. And here she goes, just the dismount, side aerial to a full. Nice job. Good recovery from that mistake she made early on in the back handspring layout series.
Moments ago, Lexi Ramler, all around freshman on uneven for the Golden Gophers. And a 9-9 performance. This is going to be fun to watch.
Wow, starting off with a beautiful handstand. I mean, I just love her handstand work. It's so good. Not only does she have a ton of difficulty in this routine, but she is putting a punctuation, an exclamation point there at the end of her routine. Wow.
12th in the country on the all-around. Lauren Farley. See how she does on the beam. Little bit of trouble for Farley on the bars, but her teammates there to back her up. Still waiting for the score for Paulina. You saw those first two scores, 9-8-5. I keep thinking about Paige Ziziski and that stuck landing, her laser focus. It's so hard to know where the deductions are coming in, Alina.
It's so tough to know, especially at the beginning of the lineup. You know, I can't say why we're not getting huge scores at the beginning, but it was a really good routine. And this is our beam queen. Coach Bev talks about how she's just been so solid for the Wolverines. She's come in the clutch. We saw her do that at Utah, put up a huge score. Beautiful back handspring layout. I love her as a beam worker. She's just so solid and confident. Wow. Beautiful 1.5 turn there. Nice side aerial to a split jump. And just the dismount here. Nice stuck landing. Wow, that's going to be a huge routine for the Wolverines. They are on fire tonight.
Great recovery for Farley. Ivy Lou, first in the conference, second in the country on the uneven bars. And look at this. Minnesota with a 9.95 in the anchor spot.
Beautiful bar worker here. Just everything that she does is just so clean and polished. Hitting the handstand right before her last skill, doing the double layout dismount. Nice stuck landing. Awesome work for Ivy.
She could win a national championship.
That's a national championship winning routine for sure. If she hits at the right competitions, she could definitely put her place.
Alexis Mattern from that anchor spot with the best score for the Buckeyes.
There she goes with that front handspring, front pike half.
She'll be up there in the all-around story for sure. The senior for Ohio State.
Wow.
Lauren Marinas, this is so fun to watch as she starts her beam routine.
And here she goes with that jump to a split on the balance beam. I don't know how she does that.
She is a true beam queen. This is her specialty. Although on the floor, she's pretty good too.
There she goes. Front aerial, back handspring layout. Nice job.
How do you tune it all out, right? You've got the music blaring for the floor routine. How do you tune everything out on that beam?
Well, I don't like to tune it out. I like to listen to it. Fuels the fire.
There you go.
It's definitely a different change of pace. This is probably one of the only times they've competed this year where there is a gymnast on every apparatus, which makes it a lot louder on the competition floor. There's a lot more things that you have to deal with. This is where competitors have to tap into their reserves here.
Marinas has been good here, Alina.
Wow. Beautiful double twist dismount. Nice routine for the Wolverines.
Little extra moment in the sun right there. She enjoyed it. Lauren Marinas as Michigan trying to hunt down the Nebraska Cornhuskers and win another Big Ten title. The fourth rotation coming up when we come back here in Champaign. Tomorrow on BTN, it's softball action as Minnesota visits Northwestern in Evanston. The action gets underway at 1 p.m. Eastern right here on BTN and streaming live on BTN To Go and Fox Sports Go. Delighted to be with Meredith Paulasiewicz, the head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And Meredith, looking right now through two events, 98-425. You're in second place. Alexis Mattern also getting it done. A nice start for the Buckeyes.
Thanks. Certainly much better start than last weekend that I was up here. So, you know, we've worked really hard this week. We've practiced this rotation with the freshmen. We've tried to really focus on ourselves and our team and hitting 24 routines. That's all we can control.
And this is the Ohio State team that we wanted to see out here. Huge improvement from last weekend.
Thank you.
What are you telling the team going into these last rotations?
Right now I'm telling them 12 more routines, and we need to go back into the bye. We actually made them have a bye this week, so to go in and get focused and get ready for bars, and we've got 6 more routines there and 6 more on beam, and that is our sole focus for today.
Meredith, sticking with Alexis, you knew coming in as the new coach, you needed a senior to step up and help you along the way. She's been great.
She's been awesome for us. She's been an all-around rock star. She's great with the freshmen. She's got a really good personality with them. And obviously, she's been a big help on the competition floor as well.
Great start for the Buckeyes. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Meredith Paulasiewicz, the head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And that's what we're talking about. Alexis Mattern with that 19.775, Alina. Neck and neck with Schweihofer.
And that's exactly where Schweihofer was at this point in the competition after 3 rotations. So this is tight. It could be anybody's game tonight, depending on how they finish it out.
Indeed. And so with the buys now coming into play, we finally get a decent look at where the teams stand. And you can tell why Meredith Paulasiewicz was so enthused. A 98-425. They're in this.
They're only trailing Michigan by 0.3. It's so doable at the end of this competition. They can definitely make that up somewhere.
And you saw Jamie Stone with that 9-9 in the middle of the pack. That really kind of relaxes 5 and 6 as well.
It definitely made for a really exciting vault rotation there. And we'll take a look at Minnesota on uneven bars. Wow, 49-325. We had some huge performances from Lexi Ramler at 9-9, Ivy Lou 9-9-5. Huge difficulty, beautiful gymnastics. And then Michigan just rocking it out on balance beam, finishing up with Lauren Marinas with that 9-9. But take a look at Lexi Funk. She set the tone for this beam team, starting off strong with that 9.85. And we talked about Paige, how great she was. Couldn't find any of those deductions.
I know, that was a tough score, but they got some of them back with Marinas in the anchor position. And Iowa Hawkeyes on the floor, pretty consistent 2 through 6.
And we were checking them out. They were having so much fun on the competition floor. Really, really exciting floor routines. So they'll look to carry that momentum into the vault rotation.
Still working our way through the warm-ups. There's Larissa Libby, the head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
She should be proud of her team tonight. They are rocking out. They are having so much fun. They are just so joyful to watch when they compete.
Take a look at the first team all Big Ten gymnast announced this week by the Big Ten. Couple of Illini, Balthazar and Hodan, 4 Cornhuskers. First team All-American to match 4 from Michigan.
Wow, what a stacked team here. Definitely some big players in the Big Ten. What a list. What a list to be a part of, the A-list here.
Indeed, Ivy Lou and Lexi Rambler from Minnesota, Lauren Bridgens and Brianna Sang from Penn State. Fourth rotation, Ohio State and Michigan on the bye. Iowa on the vault, Minnesota on the beam, Maryland on the floor, and the Illini on the bars. And they throw out another one of those fearless freshmen, Nicole Biondi.
Freshman who's been a rock for Illinois all season. She got Big Ten Freshman of the Week a couple weeks ago.
Biondi still thinking about Meredith Holosivic because remember last week as we had to do that interview, Alina, it was really a rough start for her. Different mood today.
Definitely a different mood, different tone today when we were chatting with her just now. And look at Biondi, wow, starting off really strong here. Really hitting those handstands, which I can't get enough of these handstands that everybody's focusing on. And she's just finishing up her routine here. Full pirouette, double back. Let's see if she can get that stick. Awesome! Yes! That is how the Illini want to start off that bar rotation.
Yeah, welcome to the Big Ten Championships, Nicole Biondi. And we're going to show you the Hawkeyes here. Misty Jade Carlson up first.
There she goes, Yurchenko full. Nice job. She's just a little off to the side there. And of course, the judges will take the deductions accordingly if you're not directly in center from the vault when you land.
Shot from distance here at the State Farm Center on the campus of University of Illinois. Melissa Zarowski up next for Iowa.
She goes, Yurchenko full. Nice job. Wow, that was a huge vault. I love how she flared her arms out at the end. And I love that face that Larissa just gave her. Yeah, girl. Awesome work. And here's Lindsay Dwyer heading it. Ooh. And good thing we had that mat there. Because sometimes you just don't quite catch the bar.
Now you got to reset. Love her teammate just being calm, talking to her right there.
And you can tell she's mouthing to her saying, relax. But she's right. She's got to calm down her nerves. She just has to finish up this routine. They can't get ahead of themselves here. They can't let the nerves get into their heads. She's got 30 seconds here to jump back on the bar. Coach is telling her some final words on how to finish up this routine. Here she goes. Nice, solid handstand here. Doing the Fight Jaeger again. This time she catches it. Nice recovery here. Just finishing up with just the dismount here. Full pirouette, double back. Nice, stuck landing. What a shame missing that release move. That would have been a big routine.
Charlotte Sullivan is there still trying. There it is, the 9-8 for Yarotska. That'll give clearance for the all-arounder for the Hawkeyes, Charlotte Sullivan.
Here she goes into that Lachenko half. Beautiful, stuck landing. Wow, that was awesome.
You can hear him screaming in New Zealand right now.
Wow, that was so good. Here's another look at that. Now she does a half twist. Notice her straight body in the air and just saw the landing, no movement. Beautiful.
The sophomore from New Zealand right at home here with the Iowa Hawkeyes, and the coaches getting into it.
Now she won't get a 10-0 on that vault because it starts out of a 995 start value, but I think she'll get pretty close there.
So Ivy Lou coming off that amazing score on the unevens. Next to go on the beam for Minnesota. Reminding everybody a 995 in her last event.
What a routine to start off with, or to piggyback off of. That's some good momentum. Definitely makes you feel more confident going into your next rotations, knowing that you already had some good performances under your belt.
From Quebec, the Canadian sophomore, Ivy Lou.
Ooh, having a little trouble here. Just couldn't quite hang on to that series. And of course, this is going to put a little bit of pressure on the rest of the lineup here to make sure they're not counting this fall.
Sarah Gardner, Selena Ung, and Lexi Ramler at 4, 5, and 6 following Lou.
Wow, and she just did a double turn on the balance beam. Had a little bit of trouble with that wobble there. But recovering nicely with that side summy. And just the dismount, wow, really gorgeous cartwheel gainer. What a shame with that fall early on in that routine, but really, really nice recovery from Ivy.
So Nicole Chow, also an all-arounder for Larissa Libby. Get ready for this fire with a 985.
Wow, yes! Huge Yurchenko full, huge stick. Trying to pump up the crowd with that. Wow, that was awesome.
Jordan Givens.
Recovering nicely from the fall that they had from Lindsay Dwyer. That's what teammates are for. Nice connection there with that Ginger to a beautiful shoot over to a handstand. And just finishing up the routine here. Full pirouette. Double back. Nice. Nice landing. I think she was smiling before she even finished that routine. She knew it was good.
It was Givens who picked up the spirits of Dwyer, and now Givens with that score can help you wipe away the score from Dwyer. Lainey Snyder. You want to see a big personality in gymnastics, Lainey Snyder brings it.
Wow, nice Yurchenko full. Huge vaults here from the Hawkeyes. Wow, they are just building so much momentum through this rotation. Wow, they are pumped, and for a good reason. They have been on fire tonight. Just zooming out, taking a look at the scene, you can hear everybody screaming here. This is a really exciting competition.
Sarah Lyons in the 4 spot for Coach Walsh and the Illini. Delivered this 9.825. As you said, Alina, it was about filling in the gaps after the fall from Dwyer.
Wow, and starting off really strong with that Pike Jaeger here. Now, remember, Sarah is such an incredible story here. She is a graduate student. She retired from gymnastics and came back at the beginning of the season and said, nope, just kidding, coach. Can I do gymnastics again? And we're really glad that she did, because she just stuck that double A out and delivered such a nice score for the Illini.
Yeah, what a great story. Was just enthused by the energy that Coach Walsh brought, went from manager back out to the lineup.
Incredible work from Sarah.
Nikki Yao going to finish it up for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Definitely having a good time. They had a good performance last week as well at Rutgers.
Nice job. Really big vaults from the Hawkeyes here. That's been a good rotation for them. Exciting stuff.
Larissa Libby said they need to put up a big score if they want to be involved in postseason, so we need to keep an eye on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Karen Howe with a 9.925.
Nice job starting off super strong, putting up a big score here. She's such a fantastic bar worker. And just finishing up this routine. Beautiful handstand here. Wow, full pirouette to a double back. Nice stuck landing. Beautiful routine. Incredible work for the Illini.
Her career high going in on the bars was a 9.9. So she'll break that. And now Ray Balthazar. So a new career high for Howell.
Huge Tkachev. She's just been so impressive all season long here. And you can see why. Just such gorgeous gymnastics from Ray. Nice work. Full twisting double back. Sticks the landing. Wow. That bar rotation was incredible. Didn't even faze them that they had a fall early on in the lineup. They were able to recover so nicely. Pull off a huge score there.
Alicia Farina. Fantastic a year ago, and she's been so good with the freshmen. She's on the floor here for Ray, by the way, a 9.9.
Big double pike, landing with her chest up, showing beautiful control on that first pass. Flawless. Another stud for Maryland. She's just been so on point for them all season long.
She owns like every record there is for Ohio gymnastics, Farina. Just a sophomore. Huge tumbler on the floor. She went 9.9 on the floor against Penn State this year.
Double back. Nice routine. Big tumbling. It's going to be a big score.
Brett Nelligan, he was so excited about how they did at Rutgers, making the first evening session for the Terps. Of course, replacing his father, who was the top man for Maryland for so long. His mom also involved with the Maryland athletic program.
He's just done such a nice job with this program. Maryland has been super fun to watch all season long.
Penn State, a lot of fun today. Talk about a team who didn't get down after a rough start. They came all the way back to put the second best score of session number 1 today in Champaign. That seems like a long time ago. So fun, though, to talk with Sarah Brown. Several first-year head coaches this year in Big Ten gymnastics. And here comes Audrey Barber, the anchor for the Terps, on the floor.
Audrey Barber starts off with a huge E first tumbling pass. She does a round up back handspring, full in, adding that full twist to the double back. Stepping to the side just a little bit. The judges will definitely take notice of that. Here she goes, heading into her second pass here. 1.5 front pike, showing nice control on her landings. And reeling the crowd in with her dance moves here. Really fun to see her in the anchor spot. And I'm excited to see how she is going to develop in her career. Already just such a strong performer for the Terps. And here she goes, last pass, round up the handspring, double back, jam-packed routine with difficulty. Really beautiful routine for Audrey. Nice job.
Just getting on the beam for Minnesota, Lexi Ramler.
And she's been number 1 in the Big Ten in the all-around. So far, having a big day. Starting off really strong in this beam routine with that back handspring layout. Beautiful front aerial wolf jump series. Of course, making sure she is doing these connections really nice and smooth, fulfilling those requirements in the balance beam routine. There she is, feet jump to the split jump. She takes her eyes off the balance beam. Super difficult to do. So far, this routine has been really flawless. Just finishing up with the side aerial. Took a small hop on that dismount, but that was a nice routine.
We'll wait for the score for Lexi Ramler.
Way to finish up that beam routine.
We come back, we'll talk to Larissa Libby, the head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes, getting closer to crowning a champion in Champaign.
For 4 consecutive years, the Big Ten trophy, it's going back to Ann Arbor.
That's our 10 years moment presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Welcome back to State Farm Center, home to the Illini through 4 rotations. Illinois at 147.55 with the Hawkeyes lurking silently. And we're pleased to be with their 14-year head coach, Larissa Libby. And Larissa, you told us this week it's all about keeping everything out of your team, just letting them have fun. They're having fun today.
Absolutely. I mean, you just can't ever count them out. I told you, we're just very blessed to be on the floor with this team. Every time we get the opportunity, they step it up. You just never know what you're going to get with them. They're exciting. And I just didn't want them focused on anything else. They're a young team, and it's been an up and down year for us with injuries, but they're showing up at the right time.
And you said it yourself, this team is exciting. We've had so much fun watching them tonight and all season long. How are you guys going to channel that into bars?
We're just going to tell them the same thing. We just stay focused on the little things. We tell them to stay in the moment. Like we said, when we first met you guys in the beginning of the year, the goal for us is to get one person to hit at a time. So we never looking forward, never looking back, just trying to stay in the moment. So every person is focused just on that one person. You'll see them as they go back to each other. They're only talking about the next thing up. It just kind of works for us.
Certainly working tonight. Good to see you, Larissa Libby. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
The head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Always a pleasure to spend time with as we take a look at her scores on the vault. 9.875, right in the middle there for the New Zealand superstar Charlotte Sullivan.
Wow, they were just fantastic in this vault rotation. Really big, dynamic vaults. We saw some huge, huge vaults out of them.
As you remember, 6 up, but you drop 1, only keep 5 of the scores. Illinois on the uneven bars. Karen Howell with a career-high 9.925 for the Illini.
And Maryland just plugging away here. Really solid scores, just one routine after the other, inching up in those scores. Definitely a good rotation for them.
Minnesota on the beam. Lexi Ramler, 9.825 in the anchor, 49 even on the beam.
Good score, but definitely not their best beam rotation. They didn't want to make those mistakes. I think it put a lot of pressure on the rest of that lineup with that fall early on.
So in the 5th rotation, we know the Hawkeyes are on a bye because we just talked to their head coach, Larissa Libby. Minnesota also on a bye. It'll be Ohio State on the bars. Maryland on the vault. Host Illinois will be on the beam, and Michigan will be on the floor. First-year head coach Natalie Walsh looking on intently. She's got Haley Rowe, Nicole Biondi, Karen Howell coming off that career-high score in the last rotation. Kylie Noonan, Ray Balthazar, and Bridget Hodan. The Buckeyes gathering around as well. Well, you really feel like even talking to Larissa Libby, 5th rotation, got 1 more to go. All these teams still feel like they've got a crack at this thing.
I'd say everybody still has a shot. It's definitely really close. You can't count anybody out. There's so much that can still happen that can turn this meet around.
Haley Rowe up. So Nebraska at this point is behind Michigan and Ohio State, but leading overall over Illinois. Just keeping track of the fact that you've got those Cornhuskers looking on, thinking they still got a shot. Here we go, Haley Rowe ready to go on the beam for the Illini.
She's been such a solid competitor to start off this lineup. I love watching her compete on balance beam. She has just matured into such a confident gymnast. Definitely somebody that you want in that leadoff position to make you feel comfortable throughout the rest of the lineup. She's so polished and such a good teammate. There she goes with that layout step out. Beautiful. And having fun with her balance beam routine. She's really difficult.
A little wobble there. Illinois second in the Big Ten on the beam, tied for 12th in the nation.
And just the dismount here to wrap up this routine. Great start for the Illini. 1.5, taking just a small hop back. They're going to take an extra look at that because she hopped back, meaning she didn't have enough power to finish off that 1.5 twist.
First vault for Maryland, Kristen Peterman along with Audrey Barber, the two all-arounders. First position, you want to get a good score, 9.725.
Wow, nice job. Just taking a hop back there. It was pretty big, but I thought that was a pretty big vault, so that score definitely makes sense.
Sid Townsend in with a 9.85. Lexi Funk.
Nice double pike. Just a small shuffle there. Looked like she got a lot of power. Couldn't control it.
Of course, on the floor for Michigan, Alina, Emma McLean, the superstar, but Lexi Funk, 5th in the conference, and she's up there top 40 nationally on the floor.
We talked about her earlier. She is just so solid and peaking at the right time.
The Wolverines, by the way, 7th in the nation on the floor. Of course, 1st in the conference. They finished 5th a year ago on the floor.
Having a lot of fun with her teammates here, doing some of her choreography together. Nice controlled double back. Solid finish for the Wolverines.
All Big Ten first team this year. Lexi Funk, after being the Wolverines newcomer of the year. Continue to keep our eyes on Alexis Mattern. She is going to make a difference in the all-around competition for sure.
Such a strong all-arounder, seasoned veteran competitor here. She is no stranger to the Big Ten championship meet. And the emotion that goes along with it in her senior season. I'm sure she wants to finish this routine and this meet strong. Wow, and that was a really nice routine. Finishing up with a full twisting double back and giving her teammates some advice before they hop on.
Third on the floor, Lauren Marinas. We told you earlier about how good she's been on the beam. She has battled some horrific injuries in her career. She's finally about as healthy as you can be, and she has emerged as a diva on the floor.
Here's a look at her first pass here. Nicely done. She is fantastic to watch because of her choreography and her dynamic tumbling passes. Second pass here, 2.5 twist. Always such a difficult skill to land because it's such a blind landing that the ground kind of sneaks up on you.
Alina, you talk about the joy on the floor. The joy is tripled for her knowing what she went through, that broken leg and all the injuries, shoulders, all over her body. And to be able to go out there and perform on the floor and feel the joy, it's special.
Makes it that much more bittersweet knowing that she's overcome so much adversity. And to be able to finish off a routine like that is something that she's going to be proud of tonight.
Coming off a 9.825 last week at Rutgers. Earlier, Olivia Apley, for Ohio State. Fourth to go on the bars for the Buckeyes.
Putting a little bit of pressure on the Buckeyes early on in this lineup. They can't make another mistake, otherwise they're going to count a fall. And Olivia just beautiful hit handstands here. Gearing up for that full twisting double back, stuck landing. Definitely the routine we wanted to see after a mistake early on.
Fourth on the vault for Maryland, Morgan Bixler with a 9.825 best score.
That was a beautiful Yurchenko full. Really nice height and distance off of the table. Just took a step back on that landing.
9.85, 9.85, 9.85. Now the birthday girl, Brianna Brown, up for the Michigan Wolverines.
Her teammates have started with some good momentum here, setting her up for success here if she nails this routine. I can only imagine that these scores will continue to rise. Here she goes, setting up for that second pass. Run up back handspring double pike. Landing with her chest up there. Now you'll notice some of these athletes are using an extra mat because they need a little bit of cushion. Maybe they've had some injury or they have some need for some softer landings here. They are allowed a mat in competition. You'll notice they draw that tape line there so that they don't step out of bounds and they know where it is. Here she goes, last pass. 1.5 front layouts. Really clean landing. Showing a lot of control in this routine. Nice work for the senior.
Great work by Brianna Brown. Audrey Barber along with Kristen Peterman, the two all-arounders for Brett Nelligan. Here's her performance on the vault.
Wow. Nice vault from Audrey. Beautiful block off the table. .980 for Audrey Barber. We're back to the floor, came on the air, talking about the triple threat, the all-arounders, Lexi Funk, Brianna Brown, and now Paige Zaziski. It's moonwalk time, Alina. It's my favorite part. Here she goes, big tumbling. Starting off on the round up and handspring double pike. Big smiles.
Brianna Brown with a 9.875, and boy, I love what you said about big smiles. That laser focus on the beam, can't crack a smile at all. Out on the floor, she lets it all out.
And she is just getting after all of these landings, even in her dance. There's no question that she is doing them so perfectly. And there's that moonwalk.
Wanted to come home to Michigan after spending time in the SEC with Arkansas, where she was an all-SEC freshman of the year.
She's been incredible for Michigan. And a rock for them in her last season here as a senior. They're going to be sad to lose her at the end of this season. Finishing off super strong with the round off back handspring double back. Nice work from Paige.
3 9.85s, then a 9.875 for Brown, and now Paige Zaziski will await her score. Bev Plocky approves And they're without Olivia Karras, who won the floor last year. So spectacular, tore her Achilles this year, but has been at the gym every single day, the biggest cheerleader for the Wolverines.
She's had such a great attitude. It's so nice to see an athlete who can really help out the rest of her team by being a motivator and a cheerleader for the Wolverines.
Ray Balthazar, 5th position on the beam.
Looks like these scores have been pretty consistent here for the Illini. Ray has been fantastic on the balance beam all season. Beautiful back handspring layouts. No movement there. Nice work on this full turn.
Career high last week at the Big Five of a 9-9 on the beam for Ray Balthazar.
She looks nice and relaxed. Just did a beautiful front toss there. So far, this is a beautiful routine for Ray. Nice job hanging on to that landing there. She's not trying to give any deductions away to the judges here. We need a big score from her. Nice work.
Emma McLean on the floor, and who could forget with the mighty Utah program coming into Ann Arbor earlier this season.
She came through in the clutch for the Michigan Wolverines. And she's always so much fun to watch. Huge double back, huge smile on her face. She's a fantastic competitor. Nerves of steel.
Don't forget, it was Emma McLean who won the vault championship last year with a 9.975.
Here she goes, gearing up for that second pass. Front layout, front full. Just making it look super easy. And my favorite part of her floor routine right here. Changing it up with those beats. And here she goes, gearing up for that last pass. Ran out back handspring, double pike. Just a little bouncy out of that. Wasn't as controlled as we normally see from Emma. Overall, great routine.
Let's go back to the beam. Last to go for the Illini, Bridget Hodan.
Last weekend, she had a fall on the balance beam. And if there's something about Bridget, you know that she's going to do everything in her power to nail this routine. Make sure that she's not giving any tenths away. She just did a beautiful illusion there. Very unique skill that we don't see a lot from these athletes. And she's just going to finish up with that cartwheel gainer. Full twist, beautiful routine. I knew she was going to come back strong with a hit routine. Way to go and do it on Big Ten championships.
The senior campaign.
Awesome job.
Michigan's won the last 4 Big Ten women's gymnastics championships. Can they win number 5? We'll find out when we come back for our final rotation. BTN's very own League of Legends tournament begins April 6th on BTN to go. Be sure to catch all of it. We are in Champaign, Illinois, the State Farm Center, home to the 2018 Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships. through 4 rotations. You see Illinois at that 196. So pleased to welcome in Brent Nelligan, the head coach of the Maryland Terrapins. So happy to have your team in the evening session. I know it meant a lot to you, Coach.
Yeah, we're thrilled. I mean, for us, this is the first time in the night session. We got such a young team. For them to get here, I'm really proud of them.
And you're done for the day. What are your main takeaways? What were the highlights?
So what I told them at the end, we're doing all the big stuff right, but we're giving away little tents all over the place. So we get back in the gym next week, and we got to bring some of those tents back in before we head to regionals.
You're pretty fired up about this freshman class and the future of your program.
I love them. I mean, I love these because they've battled all year, and they've come so far, and we're right on the edge of where we need to be. We just got to calm our nerves down, be a little more confident, and we'll pick up all those tents we need.
A lot of Big Ten coaches singing your praises, Brett. I can tell you that. Well done.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, great to be with.
You guys. Yeah.
Brett Nelligan, the young Maryland squad, as we take a look at the team numbers. You see Maryland done for the day in the evening session. They 195.25. Illinois with a 196.6. Well, don't forget, Nebraska with a 196.95. As you see Maryland, their scores on the vault. Couple 9.8s mixed in there, Alina Weinstein.
And taking a look at Ohio State, they've been fantastic today. Huge uneven bar rotation for them, putting up some really big scores. And they still have 1 rotation left. They can move the needle here, make a difference here in these standings. And of course, Illinois, fantastic beam rotation. They're done for the day. They finished up at that 196.6. And Michigan just building on the momentum here. 1 more rotation left, and they can move the needle here to take down that Nebraska score early on today.
All right, doing the math. We think it's official. 48.85 is the number that Michigan needs to tie Nebraska. Now, through 3 events, Michigan sitting at 148.1. Nebraska through 3 events, Alina, was sitting at 147.725. So you turn the focus on Michigan, you go over to the vault, and then you see they're the #1 team in the conference, 6th in the nation on the vault.
I'd say they're pacing pretty nicely to outscore this Nebraska team if all goes according to plan.
Yeah, you'd think you'd like to finish right here where they are. Of course, Michigan, the #1 team in the bars in the conference, in the beam and the floor. So you could sell that story any way you want.
You could say they're pretty stacked no matter how you look at it. But the nice thing about finishing on vault is that it's such a quick event. They're going to know where they stand in just a few minutes here once they get started.
Okay, so Illinois, they had an inquiry and it moved up their score to 196.625. Pretty close, but not going to surpass Nebraska. Alina, you said it coming into the first session that Nebraska was going to come in on fire because remember, they finished out of the top 3 last week as Michigan was then able to get things done in Rutgers, win the regular season. And the Cornhuskers, Dan Kendick told us all along, we're just going back to work. We're going to get it done.
They had a point to prove today. They had such a fantastic season. We thought for sure they would be a lock in this evening session, but we were proven wrong. It's gymnastics. Anything can happen, which is also the exciting thing about this sport. But they came back today. They showed some solid gymnastics. They did the routines that they've been training and performing all season long. And now they're in a pretty good position to watch how this is unfolding. And still with 2 teams completely finished, Nebraska's still in the lead here.
As we look around at the teams, it's worth giving a little love to Ohio State and Iowa as well, as they're ahead of Minnesota through 3 events. And of course, we thought Minnesota could also play a role with their freshman phenom. Okay, so Michigan, you know it. It's 48.85 to tie. Anything above it, they win another Big Ten title.
Starting with Alina Shimikova. Nice Yurchenko full here. Great start in the leadoff position. 1 down, 5 to go. Here's another look at that Yurchenko. Notice the block that she's getting off the table. Just piking down ever so slightly. A little bit of movement there on the landing, but overall, really great start.
High fives from the Michigan Wolverine team. Iowa on the bars. Lainey Snyder.
Iowa bringing a lot of energy to the competition floor. They've just been so much fun to watch all night long. And here's Lainey gearing up for that Jaeger release move straight into the shoot over. And just about ready to finish up this routine. Hanging on to that handstand. Full pirouette, double back. Just a hop back, but great start for the Hawkeyes. Nice routine to get under their belts. Feel good about that.
Lexi Funk. Last week, Michigan on the vault, a 49.075. That would be good enough.
Nice work for Lexi. Notice she's flaring at that Yurchenko at the end, just trying to see that landing so that she can hang on to that stick. Here's another replay. You can see her arms flare out. She's trying to hang on to that, but couldn't quite catch it. Taking a pretty big hop back there.
Let's go back to the uneven for Iowa and Maria Ortiz.
Nice work starting off with that handstand there. Beautiful shoot over to a handstand. Nice to Kachev. Doing it towards the end of the routine, which is really difficult to do. And beautiful double A. Stuck the landing. Awesome work for the Hawkeyes.
Let's go to Brianna Brown live here in Champaign. Third up for Michigan.
She can deliver a big Yurchenko full here. And the stick. Fantastic work for Brianna. Now that's how you do a Yurchenko full. We'll take another look at that. Huge block off the table. Just a little pike down. Notice her body isn't completely straight when she's coming in for that landing. But she does stick it, and that's the last thing that the judges see.
Three-time All-American Brianna Brown. Can't wait to see that score right there as we go back to Charlotte Sullivan as she lit up the crowd with her performance on the vault. Now, the all-around competitor gets a shot at the bars, and it's a nice start for Iowa because the bars is not one of their favorite events.
And you couldn't tell based on how they've been performing tonight. Starting off really strong with 2 9.825s. And I'm hoping we can see this build throughout the rest of this bar lineup. And here she goes into her shoot over handstand, taking care of business, making sure her toes are pointing straight up to the ceiling, up in that 90-degree angle. One more time before the dismount here. Sticks the landing. A little quick to salute, but I'd call that a stick.
Larissa Libby just kind of lurking in the woods, right? Silent assassin. They're 8th in bars in the conference, and they're bringing some heat.
And she is such a breath of fresh air. She is so exciting to watch. She's got a lot of energy. Wow, nice vault from Sid Townsend. She's doing that Yurchenko 1.5 twist. We're seeing a lot of her personality shine today. And remember, that vault starts out of a 10.0 start value. So we're going to see a bigger score from Sid.
Next up for Iowa, Melissa Zarowski.
Hawkeyes building some good momentum here. They're really honing in on their gymnastics, focusing on one routine at a time, just like Coach Libby was telling us earlier today. Nice finger, making sure she's hitting these handstands here. The energy in this arena coming from the Hawkeyes is so exciting. She's just finishing up this routine here. Full pirouette, double pack, stop the landing. Nicely done.
Where is this coming from for the Iowa Hawkeyes? As we go back to Michigan moments ago, Paige Ziziski in the 5 spot, 3rd in the conference on this event.
I'd love to see her flare this out and stick that landing. Not a stick, but we'll take it. Good job for Paige.
So with Nebraska watching Michigan, it also merits attention that Megan Schweihofer still in first in the all-around with a 39.55. Brianna Brown is in with a 39.45. Last to go for Michigan is Emma McLean, who was first in this event last year.
Fantastic vault. And of course, out of that 10-0 start value, no movement there. And here she is. Can she do it again tonight?
Can she replicate what Alina Weinstein did on March 16th, 2013?
There she goes. Yurchenko 1.5. Oh! And she sits it down. Not the vault that she was wanting to get tonight, but look at how she's brushing it off. Great competitor, great spirit. She made a mistake tonight, but overall, the Wolverines had such a stunning performance.
So it looks like it's going to be good enough for Michigan. They already know a little something. Alina Weinstein, what do you think?
I think it looks like we know how this is going to shake out.
Jamie Stone for the Buckeyes on the beam. They're going to need some good scores to move up on this ladder, because with Michigan in with that 197.2, you start thinking about 2, 3, and 4. You start thinking about silver and bronze.
And as it stands right now, we have Michigan in first place, Nebraska in that number 2, and Illinois in that number 3. But things could shake out a little bit differently. We still have a few more routines. Iowa could make a play. Ohio State can get in the mix there. Watching Ohio State's beam performance right now. Just finishing up with that 2.5 twist. Beautiful dismount. Really difficult dismount on balance beam. She performed that very nicely.
So the Michigan Wolverines winning their 24th Big Ten championship, by far the most of any school in the conference. And we'll finish out with the Iowa Hawkeyes, Nicole Chow.
And she's going to improvise this routine just a little bit. You notice she made a mistake early on there in that handstand, was trying so hard to get it all the way up to 90 degrees, but just couldn't quite hang on. And she's trying her best to bring this routine back. finishing up with a full pirouette, double back. Nice work for Nicole Chow. Not the routine that she was looking for, but definitely a fighter here, improvising when she makes a mistake. And she didn't count a fall.
Let's go over to the beam live. Amanda Hung, fifth up for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Amanda Hung.
Just getting on to the balance beam here. Starting this routine off with her full turn requirement. Nice back handspring layout series. You can tell she was super intentional about how she was placing her foot on the balance beam. Nice and controlled. Really nice swing down combination there. And showing off some flexibility. Showing some nice jump series there. And just the dismount is left. There she goes. Round off, double twist. Just a small hop on that landing. Overall, really great routine for Amanda.
Now we go to Lexi Ramler, 12th in the nation in the all-around, waiting on a score so she can start her routine on the floor.
And she's #1 in the Big Ten. We saw some beautiful routines out of her tonight. And her dance in this routine is just gorgeous.
High this season on the floor. Her freshman campaign is a 9.95.
First pass, run off back handspring, double pike. I think you can see what I'm talking about here. Her dance is just so inviting. It really just draws you in. She performs every dance move so beautifully. One and a half twist to a punch front layout, showing some nice control with every finish. And just the last pass here. She's going to finish up this routine. She goes round up back handspring, double back. Her chest was a little low from this angle, but I think overall, what an outstanding performance from Lexi.
Alexis Mattern, last to go for Ohio State. You remember that moment as a senior at the Big Ten Championships, your final event. Little different last breath before you started.
So emotional to know that this is the last time that you'll be competing for your team. And definitely sinks in, I think. You can tell she's a little nervous with that balance check right in the beginning. But moving nicely with that front toss directly connected into the back handspring step out. A little wobbly here with those dance elements. And just finishing with that gainer full twist. Nice routine, nice finish for Alexis. What a good run it's been in her Big Ten career. She's been a shining star for the Buckeyes in her 4 years.
Okay, finishing for the Golden Gophers on the floor. Last up, Paige Williams.
Last routine of the night. All eyes on Paige.
Speaking of Paige's, Paige Ziziski, final tally 39-5, just short of Megan Schweihaufer for Nebraska on the all-around.
Wow, beautiful first pass. And her dance moves are just sky high here. And she's working the crowd, knowing that all eyes are on her right now. Nice second pass with flawless and controlled landing there.
Phenomenal power.
And here she goes, last tumbling pass. Final tumbling pass of the night. Beautiful work for Paige Williams. Way to go out on a high note here at the Big Ten Championships.
Indeed. Minnesota, young team, but it's the story once again of the Michigan Wolverines. Are you kidding me? 5 in a row for Michigan as they win another championship. It's Nebraska Schweihaufer in the all-around. Welcome back to the 2018 Big Ten Women's Gymnastic Championships from Champaign, Illinois, where the Michigan Wolverines have won their 24th Big Ten Championship, posting a 197.2 in the evening session. It's trophy time. Congratulations, Michigan. Dean Linke, Alina Weinstein, and Bev Plotke, the head coach of Michigan. What's better than what you just saw right there? More hardware coming back to Ann Arbor.
That's incredible. I'm so excited for this team. They've worked so hard. All these athletes have worked hard. What a great competition and a lot of great gymnastics tonight.
5 years in a row. That's incredible. And moving into regionals, what can we expect from this team?
Well, hopefully we clean up a couple of the bobbles that we had on beam, but, you know, we just want to try to keep performing and having fun and improving, you know, whatever little microcosm that we can between now and every meet that comes.
Knowing what your husband's gone through, how your team rallied around him, it's very special bringing it home to your husband, Bev.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. I mean, it's been a difficult year, and this team has been so incredibly supportive of everything, and they know that, you know, they want Mr. Jim to come first, and yet my husband's sitting at home saying, you need to be there for your team. So it's been a challenging year, but it's one for the record books.
Congratulations on your Big Ten championship.
Thank you.
Bev Plotke, the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, doing it yet again. We'll come back to wrap it up and hand out the all-around title as well. Stay with us. Spectacular day in Champaign. Michigan wins the team title, and Megan Schweihaufer from Nebraska is your 2018 Meyer all-around champion. And Alina, she was fantastic.
She sure was. She was unstoppable in the first session, using her calm, confident demeanor to just get the job done. And we saw that on every event that she performed. just put in the exclamation point in every routine that she did today. It was really awesome work to see her shine like that.
Megan Schweihopper soaking it up, and she's with us now. You're the Big Ten all-around champion. Special day for you.
Yeah, for sure. I can't be any happier, honestly.
How was it watching this entire meet unfold, knowing that you had a score to hold on to?
Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I kind of forgot about myself, and I was more rooting for the team just because, I don't know, we focus on team above self. So it was kind of more about the team, and I didn't even realize it, honestly, until Dan just pulled me over.
I believe you, and I know now the focus is in the postseason for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Talk about your approach for the postseason.
Honestly, we're just going to go into the gym, just really focusing on the little details, because I think that's what made the big difference today, and just really focusing on the landing, straight legs, pointed toes, all the good stuff.
All the good stuff you said. We're heading into regionals. We're heading into nationals. What are you most excited about?
I'm just excited to see what this team has to offer. I still think we have so much more that we can just go out there and show the world what we have.
Spoken like a true champion.
Little 5-foot spark plug. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our all-around champion for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Well done. Take a look at the team results one more time. Michigan, 5 in a row, 24 overall. Bev Plotke now ties the all-time record for Big Ten championships for all coaches, tying the Indiana swimming coach with 23. Certainly old hat for Bev Plotke and the Michigan Wolverines and their fans enjoying another title.
Strong performances tonight all around from all of these teams. That's why this meet is so fun, when everybody shows up and does their best gymnastics. And we can really see where they end in the rankings here.
So great to have Alina Weinstein back where it all happened for her, right here in Champaign. Had to be nice for you to be back in Illinois.
Definitely. It's always great to be back in Illinois, but what I was most excited about is how these teams came to play today. Nebraska didn't let the morning session ruin their night. They came, they showed up, they did their job, won that session, and then Michigan came in there, did an awesome job, did the gymnastics that we were looking to see from them, and Illinois finishing in the top 3. All really exciting, dynamic performances. That's what we want to see.
Great season all year on the Big Ten Network, right? Fun watching Michigan beat Utah, seeing the young teams come up like Maryland, trying to make a difference. Iowa delivering, Penn State, Ohio State, everybody solid on BTN this year.
It's been a lot of fun. This is a great conference. I've had a lot of fun.
Great to be with you, Alina. As we take a look at our Discover Championship Awards, there it is, Brett Nelligan, your Coach of the Year. We told him the coaches were taking notice.
He's been fantastic. We saw the energy that he was bringing all season long, especially on bars. He's got a young team, a very promising team going into the future of Maryland gymnastics here.
The co-gymnast of the year, Paige Zaziski and Brianna Sang. The seniors, so phenomenal. And then Lexi Rambler, your freshman of the year. One more time, the Michigan Wolverines, 5 in a row, 24 overall. As that's going to wrap it up from the 2018 Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Championships. Michigan, your team champion. Megan Schweihopper, your all-around champion. Don't forget, we'll have the Men's Gymnastics Championships on April 6th and 7th, live from Ann Arbor, Michigan. For my Illini All-American, Alina Weinstein, I'm Dean Linke. Good night from Champaign.